Welcome to Land the House. I'm Seth. I just installed a brand new Intelegent toilet here on my farm cottage. This is the RekeSmt. I'm not exactly sure how to say their name, but this toilet is the RekeSmt Max version, and it is amazing. It can do so many things. It's got heated seats, self-cleaning. It's got a bidet, a dryer, night lights. You wave your hand or foot and it will open up the lid. Incredible. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you the installation process and then all the features of this toilet. So my wife and I have purchased a farm cottage and we're renovating this bathroom, and it was kind of gross before, and so adding a new toilet in here was a must, and this is going to make a big difference. So let's go ahead and get into the installation process. And close. Thank you. Let's take a look at all the components that are included with this toilet and then do an overview of the toilet itself. So first of all, here is the user manual, and it has a list of all the components that are included, but also gives you the installation instructions, which is very handy. Also tells you how to use the remote. This is a template which I'll be using first to install the toilet. It gives you the proper spacing away from the wall, so you don't have to guess. It does have mounting hardware to go to the flange and to the toilet. It also comes with a flange, as you can see right here, and a wax ring, which is very nice. It even includes the hardware to connect this to your floor. Now, I've already got a flange in my floor, so I will set that aside, but we will be using the wax ring that was included, as well as the hardware to get this toilet attached to the flange that I've got. This is a backup battery pack, so if your power goes out and you can't flush your toilet through AC power, then they have included a bunch of batteries and this backup battery connector. So that is awesome. If your power goes out, you can still flush your toilet. Here's the remote mounting bracket and the remote control. Now we'll have to go over this here in just a bit because there are tons of buttons on this. Batteries for the remote. And then lastly, it has a T-valve right here, which has a filter inside, but that allows the toilet to connect to your water supply and go to the flushing water and the bidet water. Now let's take a tour around this toilet and see what it's all about. Starting from the top here, it does have a plastic lid. You can see it opens right here and goes up where it won't fall back down. It does have rubber stoppers up here for a soft landing whenever it closes. It has a sensor in the lid, as you can see right here. Let's pick that up. Has a nice smooth bowl. Here is for the bidet connections right there. And you can see it's got the pre-wash flow over there for keeping the bowl nice and clean. The bowl is ceramic and it is quite heavy, so be careful whenever you are picking this up. There's a knob over here. We'll get more into that in a bit. As you can see down here, there is the place for the screw on both sides in order for this toilet to be connected to the flange. Here's a foot sensor down here. Let's go ahead and close these lids. Moving back here, we can take a look at the connections for going to the house. Power cord, plenty long enough to get to the receptacle that I've installed. And it also has the flushing water and the bidet water, as you see right here. And then there's also a little tub back here in the back. Kind of hard to see, but that is for cleaner, so you can have the toilet automatically clean itself. Now you can slide the back gray cover off by pulling it backwards. When you do that, you can see and adjust the information here, but it also gives you the plug to add the foam cleaner as well right here. So keep that in mind. It's handy to be able to access that by pulling the cover off. To begin the installation process, I'm going to use the included template. I'm going to place it directly over my toilet flange, and then I want to use a tape measure to make sure that it is evenly spaced from my wall over here. I got 14 inches and 14 inches, so that should be good. Now I'm going to use a pencil to mark out the outline so I know exactly where the toilet is going to sit. I'm using a pencil, so this will clean up if I need it to. There we go. I now have an outline for the toilet. The next step is to use the included hardware. We've got a couple of bolts that will slide into the flange. I've also got washers, nuts, and these plastic pieces, and these are designed to fit over that nut and face outward. Now you'll notice there are a ton of holes in here, and that's going to allow my toilet to get into one of these holes and not have to worry about finding the exact precise spot. So very handy to have that. And it also means I don't have to be completely straight out, because I can find a way around it here. I'm going to go ahead and get this lined up in a position that should be close to straight out. Put a washer on top of that, and the nut on top of that, and then tighten this way down. Be careful not to drop this into your septic system though. This toilet is very heavy, and I highly recommend you work with two people. I am working alone sadly today, so I have got some of the packing material. I'm just going to slide this into the bathroom. Because access might be a bit limited here in a moment, I'm going to go ahead and install the T-valve right here on top of my water shutoff. This step might be a little tricky because I am working alone, but I'm going to tilt the toilet to the side so I can see where the wax ring is going to go. I've got that right here. The wax is going to go up and the plastic piece goes down. And I need to get this aligned here, and then I need to pick it up and set it on top of the flange. So let's see what I can do. That's what it looks like. I've just placed that wax ring over the hole, and now I pick the toilet up and line it up perfectly onto the flange. Nice and heavy. Now on the T-valve, I'm installing the toilet flush water on the lower T, and then the bidet water goes up top here. Now I may have to move over my shut-off valve later, but for now it is right here. Now to make sure the wax ring is set where it needs to be, I'm going to apply some weight, aka sit down here for a while until that wax ring spreads out some and makes a good seal. After putting some weight on the toilet and getting that set, it's time to get these mounting screws installed. There's a plastic sleeve that's going to go over the screw. You then place it into the hole and you find a matching hole. Just use a Phillips head screwdriver to get that in. And now you can use these little decorative caps to finalize this to hide that screw. Now the toilet comes with the batteries for the backup flush. I'm going to get those put in here. This is just going to pop open. It's got a little rubber seal to keep the water from getting in. You'll notice with this battery box there is a little air tab on the top. If you're having a hard time opening it, then pull that tab up, and then whenever you close it, you'll hear the air escape. Press that tab, and now it's not going to want to open on its own. It's not easy to show this, but the gray cable is down here, and the backup battery pack will just go screwing into that. Now the remote control is designed to be mounted to the wall. However, we don't have our walls quite finished yet here in the renovation. So I'm just going to get these batteries installed and ready to go. Time to test out the water. So I will have to reposition my shutoff valve because it's kind of in a poor place back here, but let's get this turned on and see what happens. I hear water filling up somewhere, but I don't know where it's going. All right, the water has stopped. There must be a storage tank in here somewhere. I'm now going to connect the toilet to the power. Hey, the lid works. That's very cool. Let's test out the sensor here. There goes the pre-wash. All right, I'm gonna remove my hand. The toilet has automatically flushed. Filling back up. Let's see if the lid closes here in just a moment if I walk away. Test out the foot sensor. There we go. Lid is going up. And lid is going down. Now I have the remote control. I need to pair it. I have unplugged the toilet. I'm going to press and hold the stop button until the level indicator starts blinking. Oh, there we go. It's blinking back here on the back. Now I can plug the toilet back in. The lights have stopped blinking, and that means that the remote is now paired to the toilet. Now the remote control has all kinds of features. Here on this side, you've got the nozzle forward, nozzle backwards, water pressure. So there's positive and negative on there. There's clean the nozzle, air temperature, water temperature, seat temperature. Up here, you've got open, close the cover, open, close the seat. And over here, you've got flush, dryer, a rear or front bidet, and stop. So you can play with all of these features and use the remote for pretty much everything you need to access here. So let's go ahead and turn off the night light. As you can see down here, the light has gone off. Let's click here to close the cover. There we go. So lots of features that you can access here through the remote control. Let's try out flush. Open cover and try a flush. Works perfectly. Now the knob we saw earlier allows you to do a flush and move the bidet, or also stop the cycle at any point. So keep that in mind, that knob can be activated whether or not you have the remote control. Now this toilet does have heated seats, so let me raise the lid here. If I feel, yep, it is warm. So for instance, let me measure over here. 55 degrees right now, but if I measure the seat, let's find the warmest spot. Well, 95 degrees seems to be the warmest spot, so it is definitely warmer than 55. All right, using the remote control, let's test out the function of the bidet and the dryer. You ready? I'm gonna put my hand over the sensor so it thinks that I am sitting on the toilet. It's gonna do the pre-wash so no residue gets stuck. Okay, you ready? I'm gonna do a rear bidet wash by pushing this button. Here it goes. It's gonna slide out and start spraying. Moves back and forth. The water is nice and hot. I'm gonna press stop. That's gonna go back in. Closes the lever. All right, now let's do a dryer. You ready? All right, that air is a little bit cooler, but I can definitely feel it in there. All right, stop. All right, and now we're clean. I hope you found this video helpful. I like this toilet already. I intend on putting it to good use here in the future. If you want to check out the 700 Max, I'll have a link in the description down below. This is a very awesome, intelligent toilet with lots of features, and it should last for years to come. I'm Seth with Land to House, and I'll see you in the next video.